The air conditioning in the auditorium was set too low. I welcomed the chill. It kept the storm inside me contained. I was sitting in the front row, exactly where I asked to be. Close enough to smell the cheap cologne on blank. Close enough to see the sweat bead on his temple when the presentation started. Alec, the CEO's son. The golden boy. The thief. He adjusted his tie, oblivious. I looked down at my hands, clasped loosely in my lap. They were perfectly still. No shaking. Just waiting. The betrayal hadn't been a sudden knife thrust. It was a slow poison, administered daily. The way he took credit for my quarterly reports. The way my name was always mysteriously absent from email chains that contained my proprietary analysis. But the final critical move happened late Monday. My phone chimed. A simple notification from the company's security protocol, unusual login activity. My credentials, logged in at 2:03 a.m., not from my home IP, from the secure executive floor. I already knew. I didn't need the digital fingerprint. I knew his entitled arrogance. He didn't want to work for the Titan Project data. He wanted to take it. The Titan Project was my soul. 5 years of my life distilled into predictive modeling that would secure the client, Lumina Corp., and $300 million for the firm. My wife had told me years ago, the people who love you will never leave you. The rest are just waiting for the right moment to use you. She was right. I didn't panic. Panic is for the unprepared. I logged in myself, calmly overriding the session. My files were still there, my hard, meticulous work. But the breach confirmed everything. He wasn't just sidelining me, he was stealing the core of my value to present it as his own. He wanted the credit. I decided he could have it. The investigation was simple. I accessed the executive network logs. The IP address matched Alec's personal laptop. The keylogging software he'd installed on my workstation months ago, a digital ghost I'd discovered and monitored, confirmed the capture of my newly changed password. He didn't even cover his tracks well. Entitlement makes men careless. The internal fury was a cold, pure energy. I wasn't going to report him. That would be messy. A scandal Alec's father could smother with golden parachutes and severance packages. I needed something cleaner, something surgical. I worked all Tuesday night, not on Titan, on its shadow. I created a mirror folder. I copied every chart, every graph, every line of analysis. Then I changed the core variables. The growth rate, the market share projection, the risk assessment. Everything looked plausible. Technically sound, but fundamentally, fatally flawed. The projection for Lumina's profit, for example, relied on an artificially inflated Q3 performance number. A number I knew, thanks to a private report I'd seen, was catastrophically low. Alec wouldn't check the source data, he'd only look at the polished final slide. I then quietly, meticulously deleted the real files from the Titan folder and replaced them with the fake data, a perfect poison-laced apple. I sent him a single anonymous message Wednesday morning, "Good luck with the presentation," just enough to assure his ego that the theft was complete. Now it was Thursday. The auditorium lights dimmed. The CEO, Alec's father, sat beside the Lumina CEO, radiating confidence. Alec took the stage. He clicked the first slide. My analysis, my aesthetic. His name. "Good morning," Alec chirped, his voice falsely smooth. "I'm excited to walk you through the projections for the Titan Project." He moved through the slides, flawlessly repeating the script I'd written. The financial modeling, the market strategy. It was all so persuasive. The Lumina CEO, Miss Thorne, nodded approvingly. Then he hit the climax slide, the quarterly growth forecast, the one containing the poison. As you can see, Alec continued, tapping the enormous glowing green bar on the screen, we project a conservative 18% growth by Q3, primarily fueled by the expansion in the European sector. Miss Thorne stopped nodding. Her smile vanished. Her gaze went cold. 18%? She asked, her voice low, dangerous. Alec, caught in his rehearsed speech, paused. Yes, the data is clear, Miss Thorne. She leaned forward. Mr. Harrison, Lumina released an internal flash report to Select Partners yesterday. Our Q3 performance in the European sector was actually down 12%, not up 18%. Your entire model is based on a number that is off by 30 percentage points. The room went silent, a deafening, total silence. Alec froze, the laser pointer shaking violently in his hand. He glanced desperately at his father, who was turning a dangerous shade of gray. Then, Alec's eyes met mine. He saw the recognition there, the absolute unblinking clarity. He didn't see hatred. He saw the cold mirror of his own mistake. He saw the trap closing. I didn't say a word. I didn't move a muscle. I just maintained the gaze. You took it, my silence screamed. You own it. He stumbled back, knocking his glass of water over. The sound of the spill was the only breaking thing in the room. His theft had not just failed, it had exposed the company's projections as fraudulent. I stood up, slowly, deliberately. I didn't look at Alec, who was now a broken boy on a stage. I looked at the Lumina CEO. Miss Thorne, I said, my voice cutting through the thick panic. The correct, internally verified Q3 number is indeed the negative 12% you mentioned. I have the accurate modeling on my encrypted drive. I assure you, my team, which was responsible for the original Titan data, can rectify this immediately. I didn't wait for an answer. I walked toward the exit, my steps measured, precise. I didn't look back at the unfolding disaster. My name was cleared, his career obliterated, and the company was in crisis. I had the real files. I had the key. They wanted to erase my value. Now, without my work, they had none. The silence of the hallway was total, a profound and final peace. I walked out into the sunlight. I never looked back. I had regained control, and the air was finally clean. The Titan project was mine, and I was taking it with me.